Welcome back to You Greedy Bastards, where we bring awareness to homelessness and the national housing crisis. I'm your host, Kimberly DeHenio. Joining me today is Larry Ramirez. How are you?
I'm fine. How y'all doing?
I'm doing really, really well. I just wanted you to introduce yourself a little bit to our audience. Tell us who you are, what you do, and just kind of what your background is, where you're from.
Okay. My name is Larry James Ramirez, Leroy Jr.
Wow.
I'm born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas, out of Black historical neighborhood, Lake Como, where I ride horses. I am a painter. I like to cook. That's the main thing. I love to cook. But painting is my passion.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you like to cook. I've seen a lot of your paintings. We've talked a lot about, your different art, how a few of your artwork has, is in Dallas and different galleries. What do you like to cook?
I can cook everything. I grew up in country clubs, billionaire clubs.
Yeah.
With the One Creeks, the Bass Brothers. Mm-hmm. Anybody in Fort Worth, I've been around them started as a kid.
Really?
Colin Davis. I've been in country clubs. So I was taught how to be polite. I was taught how to be mannered. I was taught around how to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a club like that, you learn real good how to, be bonded. And being in country clubs, that's going to give you the business type because you're watching billionaires, millionaires, and you're watching how they conduct on the golf course. Like I saw Jerry Jones. I saw a bunch of rich folks. So I kind of try to adapt that, as I grew up.
Would you? I actually just started learning how to cook. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Oh, it just depends what situation I'm in or who I'm around.
Yeah.
I can cook the African American food that I grew up with. Most of it would come out the garden, the greens, the yams, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm a barbecue man. I can barbecue.
Wow.
Or I can go native. You see my last name is Ramirez. Mm-hmm. Or I can do the falantas, the enchiladas, the Spanish rice, the paputos. I got that too.
I can't get that Spanish rice down. I've tried so many times and they were like, you got to toast the rice. I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, you got to fry. It's different ways. It depends on what, it's not just, it's a culture.
Yeah.
You have, like, my son's wife is from Argentina. So I had to learn that they wasn't from Mexico, They're from Argentina, but they speak Spanish. And they cooks different.
Yeah. It's all about, where you're from, the culture.
Yeah.
And there's so much that goes into food. It's not just about how it tastes. It like has a lot to do with, like maybe a family's culture, the history that goes behind it. I feel like you have a lot of creativity and you definitely are the kind of person, from what I can tell, you're definitely the kind of person that digs down deep. You like to take a look at, maybe like the whole perspective.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, growing up in where I'm from, we dreamers.
Yeah.
We little kids that are sitting on rocks dreaming about, I want to be that. I'm going to have that. I'm going to do that. And some of them dreams, they never come true because they get cut short by what's out there that's already going on. But in my thing, I believe if I push through enough and don't never give up, I never gave up in life. I just keep going.
Yeah. What's a little bit of a trip in life, it's not going to stop you from continuing to do what you want to do, continue pursuing the future that you want to, build for yourself.
Yes.
I want to talk about your art. Don't be shy.
No.
Your art is so amazing, guys. His art is really, really, really amazing. He has a few of his art already up in galleries in Dallas. He showed me a few of them. We're going to put them up here. Tell us a little bit about, what got you into art and what are your different, muses, inspirations?
Okay. I've been wanting to tell this since I was a little kid. I told you my dad's mother was an Indian, native Indian. Louise Whitehorse, that's her name. And I have to go over there because I have nothing but sisters. So
wow.
When you growing up as one boy, I'm like, I want to go play with the boys. So they over to grandmama. Yeah. So when I went over there, I would catch her the time we have to go to nap, whatever, back then, time out. She would paint.
Yeah.
And I would ask for paper, she would never give it to me. and I'm persistent, So I say, Grandma, I want some paper. I want to draw. She said, I'm not giving you my paper to waste. So I told her I can do it. So she put a back then it was Cheers wash powder. A glass was in it. She had to collect them. She put it on the table and told me to draw the glass. But in the kids' mind, you're gonna draw a circle, 2 lines, and a dime. And she said, that is not that glass.
Yeah.
Draw that glass. So I'm sitting there looking at this
Draw
thing.
it as you see it.
And I start seeing ovals, shadows. So she wanted me to go deep.
Yeah.
If you're gonna draw it right.
Yeah.
So that's why I knew how when I draw stuff, it's not just a color.
Yeah.
It's a shade, it's a transparent, something cutting through it. So you want to go deep in it.
Yeah.
And that's why when I got to the first grade, I drew a painting, and the painting made a blue ribbon in the first grade, a blue ribbon. We were supposed to draw a park and trees and whatever, but I drew everything that goes in the park, birds, squirrels, deers, people. And that made them think, wow. And I never stopped. I still continue. I started like that. When people ask my mom, how long you been drawing? She'll go, that high. That's a baby. She say, that high. The boy been drawing since he can put a crayon in his hand.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's really hard. I tried doing art for a little bit. It's really hard to get everything the way that you want it to be and get that perspective right.
Yeah.
But, with your art, you're able to not only capture the perspective, the proportion, but you're able to capture, like the portrait's feelings, all that emotion and all that expression in their faces. What drove you to kind of, create portraits like this?
Well, I look at it, by the time I got to the 3rd grade, it was more like segregation.
Yeah.
I went from a all African-American school to a mixed school to where I can actually beat you on a spelling bee. But by the time I got through with that school, I was pushed down.
Yeah.
And I was begging my mom to say, hey, something wrong.
Yeah.
I know I'm better than this. But I didn't know how the world was. I'm a 3rd grader.
Yeah.
So I went into art with my, when you feel like you better, you great, but people are pushing on you, I went to the art.
Yeah.
I went to where my feelings can go. I just draw.
Yeah.
You can tell me, I can't read. I don't know. I've been reading.
Yeah.
So I just draw.
Yeah.
And then I used to get in trouble for drawing, but I had to express.
Yeah.
Even when I'm crying to adults back then, hey, you sent me over there. Now I'm a dummy. I'm not a dummy.
Yeah.
I was just caught in a system that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
And I made it out of that by drawing and being determined not to stop. No.
Yeah.
No.
You're really strong. I think, there's a lot of people that have definitely been in, your situation where they're constantly being pushed down. They're constantly, being told that they're not enough, they're not good enough. And, I love that you're able to find just that passion for yourself, kind of not an escape, but more as a tool to advance yourself.
When you I call it a travel. Each as you're teaching your kids, you have grandparents, you have schools, you have everybody's putting ideals in your head.
Yeah.
But deep inside of everybody is one person trying to get out. You.
Yeah.
You. Just give me the knowledge of what I need right here, but let me be me. And I can show you I can be just as good in the world as anybody else.
Yeah.
And people try to box that up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, and I would never let them. I wouldn't join the fashions in school, high school. I was more like Fonzie, the little kid that can communicate with everybody.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that nobody can tell me what I can't do.
Yeah.
Not hang with, I can't hang with. No, I like them. They're my friends. I'm going to go over there. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I always felt that I'm free. This is America. I'm free.
Yeah. You do what you want to do. You continue what you want to continue. No one can tell you any different, right?
It's love. Most people, when they don't love nobody, it's more separation. Love makes you, I want to know who you are.
Yeah. And that's extremely important, is just finding empathy towards other people and finding love towards other people. And I feel like there's so much hatred and so much, spite in the world. It's hard to kind of take a step back and see that, if you put yourself in their shoes, be a little bit more empathetic and be a little bit more loving towards other people, there's so much that can be, succeeded, so much that can be like, what I mean?
I mean, we all in here together. I mean, you might have came from this way and I came from that way, but we still in the same community. Yeah. I've been in this community from Dallas, from Fort Worth to Irving to wherever. for years, almost 60 years. Lived in Northern, lived over here. I've been here.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to get a name here.
Yeah, it's hard.
I've been going to fight the forces that's here. I've been trying to get the name.
Yeah.
And I just got that type of energy to where watching the sisters succeed, they don't give up. But one thing they would tell me that our brother will never quit. We look up, you done fell down, and we look up, you on news, Channel 4 News, dancing with the news man. I come back up. Because I like that fire, that drive.
Yeah. How do you, this is a little bit off topic,
okay,
but how do you get yourself to pick yourself back up after experiencing such, difficult tribulations and really hard experiences? How are you able to continue telling yourself, oh, well, I just got to dust it all off and keep going?
Well, I think like when I had to hit a lot of hard times, coming from a good friend, like when you find yourself and you're trying to ask the why have I lost the wife, the children? Why have I sleep on this curb like this? Why my job gone? And then I have to dig deep and say, okay, Larry, you got off somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a solution how you don't have to stay in this. And what I do is I search for others that's lending a hand.
Yeah.
And I get under them, like the bridge, the stew pot, y'all, the UGM. I get under somebody and I don't go in there rushing. I just sit back and listen. And I start navigating through different friends and people that's going a certain way. But I stay an individual. I call it the lone wolf. You ever know there's a wolf pack, but the lone wolf is more hungry.
Yeah.
But if you put me out there, I gotta eat. I gotta survive. I gotta protect myself. And that's what I said. Even in the group, I feel like a lone wolf. I gotta protect Larry. And I gotta get to the right people.
Yeah.
And the right people, sometimes you have to search. It's been a lot of doors closed, but it don't bother me because there's too many doors out there. But that's it. I pray a lot.
Yeah.
I pray a lot.
Yeah.
I think I have a good relationship with God because I pray a lot. Because I don't think I would be alive today if it wasn't for some of the things that I know He brought me through.
Yeah.
But the main goal is, it's in me. I can't quit.
Yeah.
I won't quit. And I don't believe that the whole thing is no. I refuse to say that now. It's people out there that love and they want help. They're going to open the door. And that's what I look for. I'm searching for the doors that's going to open.
Yeah, take those opportunities.
Yeah, so I'm putting myself in situations to find the doors because that's where you got to get in the door. You have events. When the events start, I want to be there because there might be somebody there. When I saw y'all, I wanted to go to the event.
Yeah. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we got to meet you at the Giving Day event because I know, Charles, he's our, CEO. He had introduced us to you and I just felt, I felt like your presence, I felt your soul, and I felt like you were just the perfect person to, share your experience and talk about, what's going on. If you don't mind talking about, your experience with housing instability and homelessness.
Oh man, that's the hard, man. When you might live like when I did prison time.
Yeah.
But that's done. It's off of it. I'm on the 80% going forward.
Yeah.
In achievement. When you have yourself, like call it disenfranchised, or either know that you can't get stuff, you either can lay down or get up.
Yeah.
But if I hit it before, I can get it again. That's my thing.
Yeah. And
I refuse to let anybody stop me. So I have had a hard time because Fort Worth moved me to Dallas. I don't know Dallas. So I had to survive in Dallas by myself. Family's over here.
Yeah.
So I survived by myself. So I done had some days where I get put in a place and I get put out of the place. Not because I'm doing it. It's because if you put me in a place and then they stealing everything that I got. Because I'm a worker. I kept a job.
Yeah.
But, you don't want to have people going in your room if you got a board or whatever, and then they stealing your stuff. And then I'm studying on the list at the I'm like, how far am I? You way down there. I said, when am I going to go up? You giving folks housing, but they lose it in a month.
Yeah.
I would stay in there forever because that's how I feel. I forgive me something, I'm not coming out. Because that's my home. I want a home.
Yeah.
But then we had to jump the hurdles. There no funding right now. You give it to this group. Well, you got this strike. And I'll be like, it's got to be a way.
Yeah. I know you stay at a Union Gospel Mission, right? You stay at the shelter there.
Yeah.
Is there, do you have to, I don't know, I know certain shelters, some of them you have to pay to stay there.
Well, this one here is more Christian.
Okay.
That's really a church. And in that one is, I'm in the discipleship program. So the discipleship program is changing lives, ending homeless one man at a time. Yeah. So when you get in the program, it's 18 months. You like we work, we save 75% of our money. We save 75% of your money. It goes into an account. That account grows. It grows. You get that when you leave. But you gotta get yourself back in position. Yeah. So we go to class and we also are the ones that helps the other clients which are homeless. Which 40 to 45 of us, and we work all around that. Yeah. But my spirit is the one that everybody loves because I love people. Yeah. And I'm more to help a person.
I can feel that from you.
Yeah. And what it has done is taught me how don't get up, but don't not pull. Yeah. Because I have seen it. I've been on the ground with them. I done slept here, and I done lost about 15 people in the past. But the thing, what I see is, we all want the same thing. We want to go home or get a home. Yeah.
What's one thing that you feel like is probably the most difficult about getting yourself back up on that foundation? You know, it's easy to, you know, I feel like it's easy to, or at least in my position, it's easy for us to be like, oh, well, we can just give them shelter. We can just give them a home. But it's not just about being homeless. It's about the mental capacity too. It's about everything.
You know, you're looking at guys, right? Probably did time, or some then got on drugs and alcohol. Yeah. And then you got the mental state part. They taking the meds, you know, or it's so many things that I'm looking at, and we're trying our best to get them back into position. But you know, that's like, wow, it's so much. I see so much. I mean, it saddens me. Yeah. Because I'm looking at them every day. You know, I once sat in a chair with my head down, but they trying to rise up, but they're not rising up because they got addiction and they got records. Yeah. And they got, you know, it's just so much against them. But then you got a lot of them working and trying, but then they'll tell them that have some kind of restriction or their name will be too far on the list. Or like UGM, it doesn't have the housing thing. Yeah. You know, even though I'm say maybe money, they ain't got no program where I can get in the house. Yeah. They may have some apartments, but I'm like this. When I'm ready to move, I want to move on my own and do my own.
Your own home, your own place. And be able to pay my own
bills and do what I like to do. You know, I like to have a studio in my apartment. Yeah. But just, you know, I can get over the hurdle if I can find the right person with the right heart. Yeah. You know, the money ain't never been no problem with me. It's just because I manage real good. It's just getting the apartment, getting the house, getting the home.
Getting approved for stuff like that, being on a wait list. It's. I feel like the waiting is the hardest too. And then they tell you you're rejected, and it's just, it feels like you're taking 2 steps forward or 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
You have a person that say, "Oh, you got a felony scene, for a crime never done." Wow. Yeah. Then you want me to pay twice. Yeah. Twice now. So if I got, if you want 12, you want 24. Yeah. Wow. If you want 7, you want 1,400. Yeah. It's like you want more fees for me to go in and I, wow.
And they do, and they will expect you to pay like double or triple amount the deposit too, you know, and that's like pretty much like 2 months of rent just for the deposit, and that's not even including, you know, it doesn't go into your rent too. What are some challenges that you feel like you see with you know, living in a shelter and just being like, unhoused?
The challenge is actually, it's a lot of challenge. I think one of mine is being around so many people and not having your own. It's a lot of attitudes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of not trust. I can be the most humblest person, but I don't want to reach out to everybody because I don't know what's going on in their heart.
Mm-hmm.
And we all, that's a lot of men now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying.
Does it feel overwhelming sometimes in there?
Yes, it's overwhelming. When I gotta feel like I'm babysitting a bunch of older guys, don't do this, pick this up, well, take your head, then they want to talk aggressive back, and I want to be the humble person. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Just do it,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it either, but we put under pressure.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard being the bigger person in that situation.
Yes.
Sometimes I just want to grab them by the neck and be like, listen to what I'm telling you.
And then I can't get selfish and say, I came here to get me right, but I have elevated to a situation where I'm more known in there, more loving in there, more caring in there. And more people will like to talk. They rather talk to me than they rather talk to other folks.
People will respond better to love and kindness than to, just strict and...
But you're right. We are struggling. I've been probably in that situation since 2015.
Really?
And I done had enough.
Yeah.
I swear I done had enough. I've dreamed of just having my own, going in there with my own key.
Yeah.
I can sit at my own table and paint my paintings without having
without
distraction.
Anybody behind you, next to you.
Mm-hmm. I can cook, eat what I want.
Mm-hmm. And just have that freedom for yourself.
Yeah. And then, what really hurts? Sometimes I feel like I am never going to get it. But I said, no, I got to take that out of my head.
No, Larry.
I got to take that out.
You can't. That's not you.
It's not me.
You're not a quitter. That's not you.
The ladies at the stoop bar told me, don't you ever quit. You good. I said, I won't quit.
What do you feel like are possible, just kind of, like, what are problems that you see and things that could be fixed either policy-wise or infrastructure-wise, like, with how either government is doing things or how, different shelters are doing things? Like, what are things that you feel like could be done better?
I think, since I don't know exactly inside deep, but there's got to be something's going on because it don't seem like nothing's moving.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel stagnant.
Either somebody's tying their hands. You have the organization. I know. I see the fundraising. I see the giveaways. I heard about the millions, but something is, I don't know, the politics, the city halls, or whatever. Somebody's holding their hands where either you have it and you just overwhelmed, you can't do it. But I don't think it should be that many people laying on sidewalks and stuff like that. When we got this much money in the world and these organizations are out here, what's going on?
Yeah. I think it's one of the things I saw, something I read was America focuses highly on this method called Housing First. I think it's called Housing First, where their number one priority in America, especially for individuals who are homeless or living in shelters, is to try to get them a home. But the problem is that's their only solution, is to get them a home. It doesn't talk about building a foundation for themselves, getting them out of addiction, helping their mental stability. It doesn't, I think it was the percentage of people that have actually, felt a difference from that movement or that method is like 12% of the American population, or not American population, but the homeless population, because they will, they'll get an apartment or they'll get a home or they'll get approved for, for a place that they can call their own, but it's never permanent because, people, I feel like it's so easy to slip back sometimes. And I feel like we as a society, we don't really think about that. You know what I mean? We're so quick to be like, oh, well, we can just get them a house or we can just get them an apartment. But it's not about that. You have to think about the individual, the person, and think of them like people. you know?
They had this saying called ACE.
Mm-hmm.
That is your advanced childhood events. Most everybody homeless has that.
What is it?
That's things you holding on in your past that hurt you when you was a kid that you dragging on now. That has you deep into your addiction.
Yeah.
It may be a molestation, it may be abuse, it may be just seeing
that childhood
parent
trauma.
divorce. It's trauma. We focus on that.
Yeah.
We go back to that. You know, I can go back to 1979, high school year. My dad leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the
that
only
does
boy.
Something
I'm
to
the
you.
only boy.
Yeah.
I'm watching him get in that truck. So I'm looking at all them. I'm like, no, man, I won't be here with all them. you know, I'm a boy.
Yeah.
So I think that was my rebel years.
Yeah.
Of pain, suffering, missing, because I was with him all the time, working on cars, you know. But now, okay, how this gonna work?
Yeah. Do you have any other support systems besides, you know, like UGM or, you know, maybe like your family, your friends?
Me and my sisters are close. It wasn't at first because they say I was doing stupid stuff. You know, I had to come out of my pain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I had to come out of the pain and realize, hey, you can't drag that around.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think things are changing.
Yeah.
I saw what was hurting me. And that's what we have to work on with people. You can give them a house, but they still got that pain.
Mm-hmm.
They still got that addiction.
Mm-hmm.
They're still trying to do it on their own.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's not going to work. They need to know money management. They're going to need to know how to get the credit back straight.
Yeah.
They're going to know how to live by themselves or live with someone. And that's got to be retaught. And them groups are not there. So you just give him the house, and he good for a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he get depressed, and then
goes back.
It hits.
Reverts back, yeah.
He reverts back to what he know.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's crashed the system. Then bad like me, I'm still waiting. Well, he done lost his, he done lost his, he done lost his. So I'm probably
you see all that.
I probably won't get one now. Y'all won't keep y'all. That's how I feel. I said, you just had one. When they come back, you just had one.
Yeah.
They could have gave it to me.
Yeah.
That's how, I just saw one come back. I said, no, you didn't. What you doing back here? Ooh, man. It hurts.
Yeah.
I get the opportunity that I've been wanting for 9 years, and you just blow it.
Yeah.
Because they're not working on that part. And I think they need more, where they can get something done up here.
Yeah, I think they need, I think there needs to be a support system put in place to, I think the most important thing is setting a foundation for people,
Mm-hmm.
Setting a foundation for individuals and building a stronger mental, because it's not just about, finding a house. It's setting yourself up for success.
The classes we take, when I try to tell the guys, I know y'all don't like the discipleship program. They think we better. No, this is for me.
Yeah.
I go to Abiding Fathers. I learn where I messed up as a father. Learn how to be a father. Learn how to get a relationship with God. It's experiencing things that teaches me how to get my position back.
Mm-hmm.
See, I lost my position.
Yeah.
As the young man of the family, as the dad, I lost the position.
Mm-hmm.
And everything went down.
Yeah.
And I never looked at it when I noticed why everybody was scattered. It was because of me.
Mm-hmm.
I was up and I was the head. I was a stronger brother. But when I had to lose a position and then I started worrying about other stuff,
mm-hmm.
I got out. And what they have done is gave me that inner peace to pick myself back up.
Yeah.
To be a better man. I can be a better person when I talk to you, her, whoever. Because that's what it reminds me. I do not care what's back there. That's the rearview mirror, right?
Yeah.
How small is it? I don't want to look back there. I need to look what's forward.
Yeah.
I can help folks. If I benefit with my art, it's not just for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's for helping people.
Yeah. You want to make a difference.
Yes. I always been wanting to make a difference, to give it back. I rode the bus, and I came back and told my chaplain, I say, it is sad out there. Just looking down and seeing these folks under there and there.
Yeah.
And when I get where I'm going and they looking at me and I say, man, wow. And it kind of make you, it's painful.
Yeah.
I say, something wrong. That's why That's how I feel. So something ain't right.
Yeah.
It's not right. I thought we had it fixed around 16 and whatever, 17. It seemed like it got worse. I thought we were going to get our little house. We was all signed up. They were moving up. Next thing you know, it done stopped.
Yeah. Life hits you.
Yeah. I thought we had got all the people off and under the bridge. And like they back under there. And some done lost her. Some waiting. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's something ain't right.
Yeah.
And we gonna have to come together as a whole bunch of people got to come together.
Yeah.
Even if I elevate in life, I got to join the fight.
Mm-hmm. We got to have like a sense of community. I think the thing with America right now, or just, I don't even want to say America, but just as a society, it's very easy to think, to just take care of yourself and take care of your immediate family and take care of, just everything that's in front of you. But you also have to take a look at your community, It
was a community back then. It was a community. Mm-hmm. You don't care who's living in it. It was a community. Yeah. It took care of itself.
Mm-hmm. You took care of each other. You took care of your people. Your community is just an extension of your family. That's how I like to see it. And I think it's really important to, take care.
You knew everybody. When I grew up, I knew everybody in the community.
Everybody in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask you one last question.
Oh, sure.
Is there a message that you wanted to convey for anybody in our audience, either, somebody that wants to go out and help people, or anybody that might be experiencing what you're experiencing, or anyone that's experiencing housing instability? Just, is there a message you'd like to say?
Yeah, I think that my message can be that even for those, first, I'm going to say, for those who are helping, and those who are trying, don't give up. Look for a solution. We all got a solution. But I think we got to put up aside the big money thing and look at it's people. We're supposed to be loving and taking care of people.
Yeah.
But we'll put other things in front. Politics, my opinions, my point of view, and then they get lost. And the folks that's really trying, they get pushed to the back because, but for the ones who like me, that's struggled, been out there a while, the first goal is to get a relationship with God. I don't know, people, I know we all got our views, but He created the earth, the dirt, the water, the trees. He created all this for us to enjoy, to make houses, to build them in. So you have to get that relationship first and then start loving yourself and look for people who's going to push you, not agree with you. When people start challenging me there, that's when I started growing because I was stubborn. But they say, just trust the process, Larry.
Yeah.
Don't leave. I said, man, you don't tell me what to do. So I started really focusing on, meditating on, okay, how can I do this? What can I do? So every time I changed my attitude. Mm-hmm. I changed my attitude on how I treat people. It wasn't about me no more. I hug a guy, tell a guy I love him. Something more, man. Hey, love you, man. Hey, thanks, Larry. I changed the attitude and then I started growing. But I don't leave people behind. See, I'm up now. I take folks to eat. I hug people. I make sure they got what they need, I'm already starting.
Yeah.
Because I know God is finna lift me up. That I know. So I'm gonna give back. I'm gonna be part of somebody's team. Because we all one community here. We trying to it's to save one person and get him off that street and get him in housing.
Yeah.
And I want in, but hey, I want other folks in when I get in.
Yeah. So
I just think people should just pull together as a community and strive for that greatness.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate you coming down here and sharing your experience and speaking words of wisdom. I didn't know, about your whole life, and I'm so glad you got to share it with everybody. And, hopefully we can make a difference with this video and with your art. I'm gonna
give it to y'all.
Yeah.
I think that's one more thing for y'all. I think that when I wake up in the morning, I set a goal. Only way with the one I got, set a new goal. And that goal is mostly that I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better.
I love
and that
that.
mostly is because I'm finna treat somebody better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm probably going to make it, because I'm always thinking about somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Larry. It was so great meeting you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank all y'all.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode of You Greedy Bastards. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow our social media. We have a Instagram account. We have a TikTok account. And don't forget to follow our YouTube account as well. If you want to know more about Larry, we will also link his information down below with all his art, all that stuff. But don't forget to keep updated. Hit the little bell at the bottom as well.